2024 Ford-Tourneo Custom and Tourneo-Courier are two very different vans aimed at distinct needs. Here's a breakdown to help you choose. Size and passenger capacity. Tourneo Custom, this is a full-size passenger van with multiple seating configurations, typically ranging from 8 to 12 passengers. It's ideal for large families, passenger transportation businesses, or hauling lots of cargo. Tourneo Courier, this is a compact MPV designed for 5 passengers. It offers a good balance of passenger space and maneuverability, making it suitable for small families or urban environments. Cargo capacity. Tourneo Custom, with the seats folded, the Custom offers a massive cargo area for hauling large items or equipment. Tourneo Courier, while not as spacious as the Custom, the Courier still provides ample cargo space for luggage, groceries, or sports equipment with the rear seats folded. Engine and performance. Tourneo Custom, the Custom offers a variety of engine options, including a powerful diesel engine and a plug-in hybrid option for eco-conscious buyers. It prioritizes power for hauling passengers and cargo. Tourneo Courier, the Courier comes with a smaller, fuel-efficient engine ideal for city driving and everyday commutes. Maneuverability. Tourneo Custom, due to its large size, the Custom can be challenging to maneuver in tight spaces or parking lots. Tourneo Courier, the Courier's compact size makes it easy to handle in tight spots and navigate city streets. Price. Tourneo Custom, the Custom will likely be a more expensive option due to its size and features. Tourneo Courier, the Courier is expected to be a more affordable choice due to its smaller size and simpler engine. In summary, choose the Tourneo Custom if you need a spacious van for large families, passenger transportation, or hauling significant cargo. Choose the Tourneo Courier if you prioritize maneuverability, fuel efficiency, and a more affordable option for a smaller family or urban driving. For a final decision, it's always recommended to test drive both vehicles to see which one better suits your driving style and needs. You can also research specific features and trims offered by Ford for each model. Ford-Tourneo Custom makes European market debut. The Tourneo Custom van was billed as a concept when it debuted at this month's Geneva Motor Show, but Ford was fooling no one. Now, Ford has announced the European launch of the brand new van, keeping its Tourneo Custom name, and the Courier. This one is supposed to be more than just a van with windows. To that end, it's based on the platform of the Ford Puma and built on the same line as the crossover in Craiova, Romania. As with the Puma, an electric version is coming sometime next year. But it has been launched with a single 1.0-liter 3-cylinder turbo petrol engine, lacking the Puma's mild hybrid assistance, available with either a 6-speed manual or a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic gearbox. A sporty ST version would be technically possible, but we wouldn't bet on it. The Tourneo Custom van was billed as a concept when it debuted at this month's Geneva Motor Show, but Ford was fooling no one. Now, Ford has announced the European launch of the brand new van, keeping its Tourneo Custom name and just about all of its concept styling. In production form, the Tourneo Custom replaces its gloss black exterior highlights with a flat black, while the LED strip running lights in the bumper have been replaced with regular fog lights, although higher spec variants may hold onto those LEDs. Debuting in people mover form, Ford confirmed at Geneva that the Tourneo Custom will also form the basis of a new small front-wheel drive transit van later this year, with a new larger transit to follow. The Courier inside, it all looks a bit snazzier than your standard work van, with screens for the driver and a multimedia system as standard. If you're getting slightly baffled by Ford's van range, we wouldn't blame you, because there are quite a lot of them. The Transits are the panel vans, while the Tourneos are the passenger versions. The suffix then tells you the size. The Courier is the smallest, being slightly shorter than the Berlingo. The Volkswagen Caddy-based Connect is slightly bigger than the Berlingo. The Custom is the standard tradesman's chariot. And the Transit without a suffix is the proper big one that's also available with rear-wheel drive. While the smaller Transit will compete in the mid-sized commercial van market, the larger version will offering higher payload capacity, long and short wheelbase variants, and a rear-wheel drive layout. For the Tourneo, Ford promises car-like handling and a driver-focused cockpit with the ambience and high-quality materials of a modern multi-seat saloon car. The new Tourneo and Transit ranges will be powered by Ford's new 2.2-liter Duratorque TDCi diesel engine in 3 states of tune, 75, 90 and 115 kilowatts. All 3 transmissions are paired with a 6-speed manual transmission and a start/stop system. Promises fuel consumption figures as low as 6.9 L/100 km. The Tourneo Custom is not expected to come to Australia. The market for genuine van-based people movers here is too small, but the commercial variants are likely a shoe-in for 2013 local launches. On the plus side, the Tourneo Courier is lovely to drive, feeling much like a Puma with a roof box. The EcoBoost engine is characteristically eager and feels quicker than the 13.0 seconds 0 to 62 miles per hour figure. Once you've got used to the slightly bitey clutch and brakes, the manual gearbox is wonderful and snicks easily between gears. The auto got a bit flustered when we were caning it in the mountains, being a bit too keen to shift up when we released the throttle, but in normal use it's smooth, responsive enough and generally quite agreeable. The Transit van can also be specified with a 99 brake horsepower version of the 1.0-liter petrol engine or a 99 brake horsepower 1.5-liter 4-cylinder diesel. Both are manual only. We tried the diesel and, like the petrol, it doesn't feel anywhere near as slow as its yawning 14.0 seconds 0 to 62 miles per hour time suggests. In fact, the big lump of torque makes it nice and effortless to drive, even when loaded with 250 kilograms of sandbags. The gearbox isn't quite as sweet but is still pretty good, and on a short loop on the motorway and in town, the trip computer was showing 60 miles per gallon. Driving a petrol manual Tourneo and a petrol automatic Transit back-to-back showed that 250 kilograms of load noticeably dulls the performance but not problematically so. If you're wondering why our test vans were lugging around 250 kilograms of sand, this is a pretty common thing to do, as commercial vehicles can feel quite bouncy with no load in the back. If you're in the market for a people mover in Australia, the answer is more than likely to be a Kia Carnival. 3 in 4 people movers sold last year were Carnivals, and it has single-handedly turned what would have been a 19% decline in people mover sales last year into a 21% increase. There are still a number of competitors looking to chip away at the Carnival's dominance, and the latest to join the market will be Ford. The Ford Tourneo, the passenger version of the Transit Custom van, will be the company's first people mover since the Spectron was discontinued in 1990, and arrives in Australia later this year in 2 diesel model grades. Is it worth pausing that Kia Carnival order? Drive was invited alongside other Australian media to Germany for a first taste of the Tourneo, as well as the new Transit Custom range. The Ford Tourneo range in Australia will comprise 2 8-seat models, the $65,990 plus on-road costs Active, and the $70,990 plus on-road costs Titanium X. Drive-away prices are yet to be confirmed, though expect to add between $6,500 and $9,000 to each RRP, if other Ford models are a guide. On this initial European test, we spent time in a German market Titanium with the same 125 kilowatts diesel engine and optional 19-inch wheels planned for Australian models, but it was a long wheelbase version, not the short wheelbase due locally. In Europe, the people mover is sold as the Tourneo Custom, to distinguish it from smaller Tourneo Connect and Tourneo Courier rangemates, but in Australia, where these other vehicles are not sold, it will be known simply as the Tourneo. An electric e-Tourneo is also under consideration for Australia, but it is yet to be locked in. Rivals for the Tourneo Active, at $65,990. Plus on-road costs, or about $72,500 to $75,000 drive-away, include the Kia Carnival GT Line Light Diesel. $73,090 drive-away nationwide, Hyundai Staria Highlander Diesel, $67,500 plus on-roads, or about $72,300 to $75,000 drive-away, and LDV Mytholux Petrol, $72,990 drive-away nationwide.